My name is Taylor McCullough.
My name is Ann Ward.
I want to thank America and President Obama for this opportunity and the diversity he exemplifies for our students to show them that anything is possible.
Want to give a shout out to Mississippi State University and our Planning for the Diversity of Learners class and Dr. Kay Bricado. What up?
This is our Tier 1 intervention project.
According to RTI Action Network, Response to Intervention, RTI, is a multi-tiered approach to help struggling learners. Students' progress is closely monitored at each stage of intervention to determine the need for further research-based instruction and/or intervention in general ed, special ed, or both.
Tier 1 intervention is classroom management in the general education classroom focused on core curriculum. Many who advocate for RTI models indicate that around 75 to 80% of children should theoretically be expected to reach successful levels of competency through Tier 1 delivery, which is achieved by 5 aspects: creating a physical setting that supports academic and social goals, establishing and maintaining expectations for behavior, which are rules and procedures and routines, enhancing students' motivation, curriculum design, and working with families. We'll be focusing on the physical setting and enhancing students' motivation.
An enriched environment is one which awakens the entire nervous system, one which is stimulating, curiosity-feeding, capable of answering many questions, a setting which is alive with resources, reflective of real life, and bursting with energy.
The key question is how to elicit maximum activation of students' brains. Not surprisingly, there is a direct correlation between the number of senses activated and the amount and locations of brain activity. In the typical setting of lecture and textbooks, only 2 of the 19 senses are involved. If we want education to be powerful, we need to provide input that involves all 19 senses. Cited from page 13 of Robert Sample's Open Mind, Whole Mind, 1987.
This classroom is barren, sterile, unpleasant, and restrictive. The harsh fluorescent lighting is overstimulating and causes discomfort for students.
This classroom is an inviting and warm place where we would like our social studies classroom to be. The students feel safe and are willing to participate and take risks in our social studies classroom. We prefer the horseshoe-shaped desk arrangement for our social studies classroom for optimal group discussion. It allows students to socialize with each other while still conversing with the teacher. The horseshoe desk arrangement and small group desk arrangements are perfect for a social studies classroom because it allows students of different culture, race, ethnicity, religion, and socioeconomic status to discuss current events and world problems with people who may have a different perspective because they are not like them. It also allows them to problem solve with maturity when issues arise. This is also an interesting classroom layout. You will see the large group discussion area, which is vital for a social studies classroom. You also see the smaller group discussion areas for more intimate discussions among 4 to 6 people. And then you see individual spaces for people who like to learn on their own.
When weather permits, it's important to take your classroom outside to give students fresh air and a new perspective. Using nature as a physical setting keeps students motivated by keeping our social studies class new and exciting. It also proves that you can learn social studies anywhere.
When asked what motivates young Jonah at Barack Obama Elementary School, he said that he does not like listening and sitting hours upon hours listening to his teacher lecture, but he loves moving around, having activities, and would love to have class outside as much as possible.
Create both well-lit and dimly lit areas in your social studies classroom. Some children learn best in bright light, but others do significantly better in low light. Bright light actually makes some students restless and hyperactive. When I was in high school, for example, a math teacher of mine used low lighting and lamps to create a conducive environment for those that may have autism. She found that if it works well for those with autism, then it must work well for her general education classroom.
We've priced some examples of how to achieve this lighting aspect in your physical setting. By using curtains and lamps, it allows you to choose what type of lighting you want in your classroom and how much lighting you want in your class.
Temperature preferences vary dramatically, and most students can't concentrate when they're either too cool or too warm. Pick a temperature between 68 and 70 degrees, or whichever is comfortable for you, and help your students become aware of their own temperature preferences and encourage them to dress accordingly.
Having a lounge area in our social studies classroom is very important to give students autonomy, which motivates them to learn. By using rugs, welcome mats, pillows, and soft chairs, it will make our students and even President Barack Obama comfortable in our social studies classroom.
By adding plants to your social studies classroom, you give your students a sense of life and freshness about learning. It also brings nature into your classroom.
Another important element of the physical setting is the visual informative tools. A lot of students need to know what they are doing and when to feel relaxed enough to have self-motivation. By having tools like a posted calendar of events, a clock to help build time management skills, and a bulletin board for current events that relate to social studies concepts, it gives students autonomy for learning and inspires them to learn.
Smells such as lavender are good for clearing the mind, body, and soul, as well as support a calm composure and reduce irritability, apprehension, stress, and nervous tension. In Provence classrooms, when students were nervous and disruptive in class, the teachers crush up lavender seeds to calm the students.
With all of this research and information, the goal of Tier 1 intervention is to create healthy relationships between teachers and students to keep everyone's focus on the National Council for the Social Studies goal of becoming effective citizens and enjoying the learning process.
At every opportunity, we will tell our students we are eager to see them progress, enjoy the course, and have fun. We want to show them that we enjoy what we do by being totally prepared for each lesson. We won't hide our passion for social studies. At first, they may think we're nerds, but being consistently passionate could inspire them to be passionate about something they love.
By adapting the physical environment of your classroom, combined with your passion for your content area, you can help bridge the gap in motivation through these aspects of Tier 1 intervention.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.